Hey folks, Mark and Puma here again. Another dealing with cops. Today I want to talk about emotional self-control, as in yours. One of the things Rory Miller and I talked about in our conflict communications program was the need. Well, we summed it up as the first person you need to de-escalate is yourself. Okay. Now, I talked in the other video about accepting if you got caught. Okay, if you're doing something wrong. Let's say you're speeding. Okay, you know you're speeding. He knows you know you. Don't, you know what? Fine. It sucks, but it is what it is. Once you begin to accept that you got caught, not that you were doing wrong, okay, but you were doing wrong and you got caught, right? Now think about all the times you did wrong and you got away with it. Because believe me, when you think about it, it's like, that's a pretty good track record. All the times that I've done this and I only got caught now, that's pretty good. I mean, that's kind of bragging rights. Not the gumball rally type, but it's close. Oh, you're leaving me? That's it? He doesn't love me anymore. But when you accept that, yes, you are going to get caught now and then, plan for it, work with it, have strategies. And by the way, that also includes if you're doing something worse than just speeding. I'll do another thing about chronic versus professional criminals. Every now and then you're going to get caught. It's the price of doing business. And if you accept that, if you accept that you've gotten away with it all these other times, you got caught this time, it becomes way less offensive. And it becomes less likely for you to have an emotional meltdown, which is where most people really screw up. Now, there's two types of emotional meltdown you can have when dealing with cops. Number one is anger, number two is fear. Okay? And actually, the fear-based makes a whole lot more sense, or will make a whole lot more sense when I talk about the difference between chronic and professional criminals. It's scary of like, hey, I can't afford this, etc. Well, the truth of the matter is you can set things up, like say you get a speeding ticket. Unless you were really doing the dumb, if you don't have enough money, you can set things up with a court that you can pay on time, over time. It's all these options are available if you don't lose your emotional cool. Okay? And not losing your emotional cool is, number one, the best way not to fail the personality test. If you lose your cool, if you let your emotions take over, you're going to make bad decisions. Not too long ago, I watched a video of a woman driving a known drug dealer's car. He had warrants on him. She gets pulled over and she starts getting snotty with the cop. Well, she gives the cop reason to do a search. He could justify the search. And what does he find in her purse? Drugs! Right? Whereupon she starts flipping out. Right? He tries, she starts running around the car. He tries to tase her. That doesn't work. She gets in the car. Okay, I'm sorry. That's where he tases her, when she's in the car. It doesn't work. She's screaming and freaking out. She pulls a gun out and shoots the cop. Now, his vest take it. Well, his return fire, she didn't have a bulletproof vest. She died. But, I mean, the thing was, she had been so indoctrinated in the story of cops are murderers. All cops are bastards. And she freaked out because she had done the dumb, which is breaking the law, which drugs are illegal still, and not hiding them. So a casual search, which will happen if you give the cop a reason, And she did. She gave him, you can go watch this whole video. That when she flipped out, when she lost emotional control, she was absolutely 100% convinced that cop was going to kill her. Well, it turned into a self-fulfilling prophecy after she shot the cop. Right? So, the step one of dealing with cops is, well, okay. Step one is know the cop's limits, which we'll talk about later. Step two is have emotional self-control. You can navigate your way through this if you know step one. And that we'll talk about, later. But right now, the importance of not copying an attitude with cops is really important, because if you try and push, they're way better at it than you are. And if you lose emotional self-control, this is not their first rodeo. They definitely have the ways and means to handle it. You're not going to like it.